Morning. So I'm going to start work today on the pond refurb. I hadn't intended doing it this side of Christmas. It was a spring job, to be honest. But I was out collecting scrap wood and stuff, and somebody gave me a tea house thing, a garden house thing, and it's it's a £700 shed. It's a bit rotten in places, so it's going to need some tidying up, which I can definitely do. But Norman's going to come give me a hand, so I like working with Norman. So we're going to do a day together, which means I'll be able to knock this out, and then I'll be way ahead in the spring. The pond's looking a bit sorry for itself, and that's because of me. I've let it go, and I hadn't finished doing this yet. I'd started, but I hadn't finished. So all of this is going to get refurbed. What I'm going to do is going to build a fence around this so little Rory won't fall in, and I'll be able to move this net up, sit it up a bit higher. Jan had a great idea of putting it on like one of those pool rollers, so I'll be able to wheel the net out and back in when I don't want it. You can see the watercress is taken over again, which I'm quite happy about for the winter, to be honest. It gives the fish a load of food, and it protects them from the heron who does come. And then basically I'm going to take out all those rotten bits there. I'm going to put some new sleepers in here. You can see how rotten that is. That means this becomes accessible. I'm going to move. What? Slide? They fell in the pond. Going to move this waterfall, and then under here is where this tea house is going to go. So I'll probably have to chop some branches back, and I've got to make a 7x5 space in there. But you can see the plan, right? I can just basically turn this into a nice sort of seating area into the tea house, and then store all this stuff in the tea house so it's out of the way. Make it look nice, and then this becomes a flower bed that Jan can maintain. And then this area becomes much nicer. If I sit up here, look at the garden, it'd be amazing. First things first though, this has become a right dumping ground. I've got to just dump stuff under it. It looks a right mess. So I've basically organised a dump run today. I will clear it out. I will pile these rocks somewhere else, and I'm going to use these concrete blocks to make myself the shed base ready for when the other shed shows up. So much stuff piled back here. To clear it all out. Move that big slab there. Dig up these plants and move all these rocks. And at the bottom of the garden, there's somewhere else is going to have to go there. Problem I've got is this branch here. This one, I think, is kind of the majority of the front of this bush. So if I cut this out of the way, I'm not going to have a tree here. So I want to maintain that, which means I guess the shed base is like the shed kind of angles, but the wall needs to start there, I guess, something like that, 7 foot across there. Yeah. So anyway, that's gonna have to get relocated. Yesterday I didn't get as far as I wanted, but I made pretty good progress. A combination of dropping people for Christmas parties and sick grandchildren and stuff, and actually the weather came in as well, so I stopped around half two yesterday. I'm going to carry on today. As you can see, I made quite a dent in it. Started dismantling the waterfall there, chopped down trees, moved a ton of rocks. I can't believe how many rocks I've managed to put up here. I don't know why I did that. It's going to be a new rockery down there somewhere, because they're all this size. I mean, they're all huge, but yeah, pretty good. I have to be careful on this, it's lethal. But so the objective of today is to basically finish moving the waterfall out of the way, and then dig down and try and get a 7x5 base there using these concrete blocks. Wow, okay, enough. So I've done a few hours there. It is pouring down with rain. I am exhausted, but we made good progress. So I managed to level out where the waterfall was previously and found the edge of the pond, so I know where I can build to. And I managed to remove, I don't know, 10, 12 wheelbarrows full of dirt off this piece here where it's going to sit. Pretty much level now. I reckon there's another couple to go. So Jan's getting a rockery down at the other end of the garden. But yeah. So I built a frame, and then we've just spent some time with Jan and Sam positioning it. That's where it's going to go, like that. So then I'll build like a separate floating deck out in front of it. That forms part of the sort of fence round. And there'll be a deck here. So the greenhouse doors will be here. Go back, 2 foot of storage at the back of the whole greenhouse thing. So now I need to cut that bush back a bit so it's not in the way, and then start digging down and getting legs under all of this so that it's level and solid. I don't know if it's obvious from the camera, but it's getting dark now, so I'm going to stop. I've done quite a bit of digging, and I've took this massive concrete slab that I had, and I've put it there, got it dead level. It's cemented in, it's not going to move. I've snuck it up to near the front of the pond there. So that's going to give me my support front edge for when I build the flying deck out over the water. So I figure if I do it, sort of sneak it on there, and then pick a big beam for the front bit that's just going to go there, and then posts here, and here, here, and here. That should support the weight. I'll make it in little boxes so that it's really strong. Put a big piece of OSB on it. Make it super strong. And then the kiddies will be able to lean out over the pond safely to feed the fish. But yeah, bit of a mess back here now. I'm going to have to sieve all of this. All these rocks have got dirt in them. That's not my fault, that's just how it was. So I'll just have to sieve all this out, give them all a good wash, put them back down again. That can be a job for the spring. Same for that pile. Oh, that was a shift. Getting the ground dug out. About, I reckon, about 30 barrows in the end to get it back down level. However, there we go. Got it down. Bigger piles of gravel, but we'll get those all washed out and clean. So the next step now is get blocking in all the corners and get that puppy down level. Where's the first set of corners in? They're not level, they need leveling. But not bad. So I'll take that corner down, it'll sit on the slab. That's pretty good. It's pretty level. So tomorrow, because I've had enough for one day, tomorrow get some more along these middle beams, I think. Get this all level, see if I can get the base on as well. Okay, so that's that done. That is level, it's square to where I want it. A little bit of blocking up needed, but you know, I got there. So many tree roots stuff to work around. But that's pretty solid. And that ain't going anywhere. So, time to get the OSB on. So disappointingly on the Saturday I didn't do much recording, mainly because I was working. We went round the lady's house who had it for sale. I didn't really record us taking it down because, you know, privacy and all that. But we stripped down this rotten shed, and it was rotten. Norman's van was great. We loaded it all in. We dragged it round, And then we basically extended out the back by about 3 feet by building some blocking and stuck a new OSB roof on it. It went up real quick, it went up real secure. Having that 1/4 inch ply on the roof makes it really solid. Everybody kept saying these were 2 doors. These were not meant to be doors, although one of them is going to be a door now. But that was it. Like, in very short space of time, few hours, we'd had it from her garden into my garden, onto that base, and all that work was worth it. So after a few days' effort, it's in. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Felt roof on it. I'm gonna trim all this so you won't see any of these nails. I filled in there. Once that's painted, you won't see it. I've got a load of trim to do here, obviously, and I'm gonna put some trim up under there. Around this side, similar really. I'll trim the edge of that there, but it's nicely under this tree. It's not going to get much weather. And then in here I've started building the wall, which will separate the seating bit from the pump house bit at the back. And then the door will be opened. You'll be able to sit out on the deck, feed the fish. It'll be cool.